comic books had it wrong. You don't need a power to be a superhero.
Isn't that right, Batman? Iron Man, Blue Beetle, Green Arrow, Robin, Batgirl, Batwoman, Zorro. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hat and Shades, where we review things you may have seen. Right, so welcome to Pick Your Poison. Now, we're going to review a film which is
very popular. Two films that are very popular.
Two films, exactly. And one's called Kick-Ass, the other one's called Sky High.
Oh, we're not going to make many friends with this one.
Oh, screw it. Anyway, let's go. Right. Story for Kick-Ass.
Well, imagine one day you're that awkward teenager in school. You're so bored and you want people to notice you. You read comic books every day. You think, can't I be like those heroes? And you decide to throw it on and just go out there and beat the shit out of people.
Yes, I mean, the character himself is... What was the name character?
You don't...
Okay, the person, Kick-Ass, who dressed him as become Kick-Ass because you thought it's cool, Kick-Ass and all that. And then he gets basically beaten up multiple times, but then it helped people.
But he keeps on trying.
Yes, then he gets beaten up again.
And he keeps trying.
And then he gets beat up again more, and then one time gets captured, but then again, you know.
Yeah, it was dangerous.
And there's other scenarios, and then basically it's him wanting to be a superhero. So, what do you think of the character?
Okay, I've had time to think about it. I go back and forth of liking him, hating him, liking him, hating him, liking him, hating him. I think he's a nerd who wants to be a nerd who wants to be Spider-Man, if you know what I mean.
So a hipster then?
You could say that.
I mean, you guys, you said like, the key is true about Spider-Man is optimism and naivety.
Yeah.
And I'm just like...
And what did you think?
No, it's about using intelligence and being friendly, since his occupation is the friendly neighborhood. No.
And he's also whiny.
That's the point. Yeah, if the main character is a foul mouth as well.
So Spider-Man.
It's like you were rescuing your kittens. Come here, you stupid kitty. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. Kitty. It's like the situation. It's like you can probably tell I don't like this character. This character is pathetically bad. I mean,
but hey, he's just like us.
Yeah, a character that I can barely even care about, because the point is, no, I can understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to be like Spider-Man. His influence is Spider-Man most of the time. It's just that his nature is just so drastically foul, and just look. I'm not going to judge his mentality. Look, I'm not going to say he can be himself. It's just when he's being someone else that he's not, that it becomes
annoying.
Like,
what do you think of what I think is strangely out of place mafia in this movie?
I don't think they're not out of place. I just think
with the movie they're going for, with common kids being superheroes, don't you think just a regular street gang is more appropriate than a suited mafia? But
it's also connected to
Nicolas Cage's character, so I guess it does
Big
exist.
Daddy, which is not little sister, but hit girl. But then
no Bioshock in this.
But Nick Cage as Nick Cage. It's like,
do you like Nick Cage as an actor?
Well, he's expression. He can be passionate in his roles, and he is expressive. He's mad. In fact, if you look at his '90s work, he is extremely passionate, and even like during the late '80s and '90s, he's quite mad. It is quite fun to watch.
So,
but in this one, he's very calm and very.
Okay, he's trying to be like the Dark Knight.
But think of basically he's Batman, but the Punisher.
Both together.
That's essentially his character.
Yeah.
And seeing him dressing up as Batman...
Well, see, that brings Hit-Girl into, because she's meant to be Batwoman.
Or Robin, basically.
More like Batgirl.
But more like Robin because of the rod type thing, but as like a knife.
It's both together then.
So again, it is equivalent to like Robin.
To be fair, she is quite a good character.
Okay, now, Hit-Girl is okay. Not often you see a kid that is very capable of fighting, even though the ultimate collusion is guns. Which is like...
Because they solve all our problems.
Hey, remember, if you want to fight crime, the end conclusion, use a gun. Because...
So all in all, it's okay story, but
it's very it's just a bittersweet experience.
Basically, it's a story of why not to be a superhero.
Or at least do it in a way, but in a very cold way in some respect, or at least a very harsh way of doing it. But then, nonetheless, it is an experience where I just find these characters an insult to these heroes, Batman and Superman. Sorry,
Now-
Batman and Spider-Man.
Now, on the other side of that, let's talk about.
Sky High. Okay.
Now, this is the complete opposite tone of the other movie, where, at least with Kick-Ass, you could say they're kids who want to be superheroes in their own way, DIY superheroes.
Yeah.
And what is Sky High?
An insult to the superhero. Insult to superheroism.
Why is that?
Because, well, for example, why are you being told that you're a hero? Why do you need to be told, hey, you're a hero, or you're a sidekick?
Oh, you're a villain.
Well, I don't think they go that far, but they go for the lens of saying artificial morality.
Yeah.
That you're a hero, you're sidekick. So you're judging their abilities not for their actions.
Yeah.
And they're having a school in a cool area, in a high school, and it's like, are you serious? On a tall building where
Yes.
they're gonna fall and kill themselves?
Well, their powers can fly, I'm sure.
Not many of them.
By the way, of course we have to notice the Disney movie. Why do I bring it up? Because the corporate mouse. We both
Shut up! Damn it. Okay, story-wise, it's about a kid whose his family is top superheroes.
Superman meets Wonder Woman.
Who is a secret identity as state agents. And the scenario is that he went to school, but not just any other school. It's a
Superhero
high school, but in the sky.
Get it?
And he basically learns people around him, and then he just don't know how to use his abilities because he doesn't have any.
Yes.
Well, he breaks that away in the middle of the film, but then the point is, it's just that he's high school scenario hijinks ensued. But then again, the point is,
the power of hormones gives you superpowers.
are you really gonna say that?
Yeah.
You really gonna say that? Like, oh, that is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just.
What else could it be?
Well, lazy writing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what it's just like. Okay, this whole idea that he had no superpowers, but in the end, they felt later on in the meal that he gained his powers. It just feels like a missed opportunity. Like, if you really wanted to have his powers, would it have been better that he gained his powers in the end? That way, confronting the villain, and then he learns to appreciate without being a hero, without powers.
Did you get the surprise twist of who the villain was? Was it shocking? Did it surprise you?
Anyway, the point is, it's the most cliche scenario you can think
I think
of.
we can sum it all up with the ending, as it tells us all: your worst enemy can become your best friend. Your best friend becomes your girlfriend. But hey, that's high school.
Did I say that in the quotes in the end of the film?
Yeah.
Oh, crud.
Superheroes were somewhere in there.
I don't get it. I don't get Disney. Why you keep making these kind of storylines? Why does the Americans keep doing this? Anyway, the storylines itself is pathetically artificial beyond belief. And
Basically, typical high school story. Nerd kid comes to town, meets someone, impresses someone, does something impressive.
You got the popular one, but you
Yeah.
got the girl friend. You got the friend who's a girl, but is a true love interest, but doesn't know it yet. And they got the tough guy, but he's really nice and wise. But then and then you got the wimpy kids. You got the bullies. You got the substitute teacher. You got the wimpy teacher. You got the nerd teacher. You got the strict orders teacher. You got the I'm so proud of you, son, but I'm also concerned.
But I wish you'd do something impressive, son. Like, be a superhero like me, son. Do it like me, son. You can. I mean, by being very nice and supportive way, you can.
Yeah, this is probably what happens when Marxism starts, because it's just this whole be good, be great, be good. You're important. You're labeled. You're a hero. You're psychic. You don't know. Second classes everywhere.
Exactly, because this is all a film about proving you can overcome your label.
Yeah, just make sure you don't turn this into like a mental orange nightmare. But then this is my complete off-way. Oh no, the storyline sucked because the scenario is artificial beyond belief.
So as shocking as it sounds, I'm going to say Kick-Ass has a better story.
Why is that?
At least the main characters want something for themselves.
Okay, there's one thing I'll give one credit, but one credit!
Okay.
One credit!
One credit.
is at least he did it not out because he's been told to, but he did it because he wanted to, and it's a more artificial, more organic way of doing it.
And how did it feel to say that?
Moving on. Characters, which we did say before about Kick-Ass.
So why would we compare Kick-Ass and I don't know his name. I just call him Sky High Kid because I can't remember his name.
Well, you mean just one of them? What about the somewhat arch rival kid in Kick-Ass?
Arch rival? He's more like villain, poorly disguised as hero. I mean, poorly disguised. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's completely honest.
I think it's about McLovin, well, you know from Superbird, but then again.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is,
Yeah.
Kick-Ass himself. I hate this person.
Really?
I really despise this person.
Why?
Because, well...
Do you hate hipsters? Do you hate the
because-
desire to be a superhero?
Well, here's the thing. He thinks he knows about superheroes, right? He's an idiot.
Is he?
I mean, look, he thought like, I'm just going to dress up in a suit without any much training or anything like that. And he gets himself kicked up. And then he does the same...
But then because his nerves have gone funny from that first...
Because he got kicked up by doing that. It's
Yeah,
just
so now,
stupid.
he can't feel pain.
Or feel... good grief.
So now he can get beat up more.
Yeah. So that's a power for you. You get beaten up more, kid.
No, you can take a beating. That's a power.
Yeah. Step aside that guy from...
If the whole philosophy of this movie is you don't need powers to be a superhero, isn't numb muscles technically an ability? The Kick-Ass goes against his own philosophy.
Anyway, the point is that the main character wants to be a superhero, but his method is beyond belief neurotic. He doesn't even try to learn the abilities. He doesn't even learn the environment he's in. I bet he thought it is. I mean, and when he does get a break on building abilities, it's like, okay, how he got so quickly, he got phenomenally popular quickly. He got
Social
his
network.
Yeah, he got a comic book store, he got his probably advertisement, the revenue. Was like,
Because nowadays anything gets popular. Get it?
he barely did, and who he did is one guy that was getting beaten up and beating those other guys. That's it. Not like other series of helping people. No, just that. It's just what?
That's modern day. As for Sky High Kid, as I call him, Sky High Kid because he's not memorable.
Yeah.
Okay, at the very least,
No, he's not even like a superhero. He's just more like
no,
a high school student.
yeah.
I'm an high school
He
student.
admittedly says at Money Town he doesn't feel like a superhero because he doesn't have his powers.
Because they're not superheroes. Why you keep labeling them as superheroes?
Well, what else would you call them?
It's teen students.
Yeah.
That's what they are, students. There's a normal high school scenario in a normal high school doing high school things, but only this time they're trying to be superheroes. It's not an occupation. If they always said his parents as a state agent, that's not their full job. Otherwise, you would do this for a living. In fact, I'm questioning why they don't do this for a living. These heroes are so common. They would get
Because
killed.
apparently they're so secret they hide their identities, but they're so publicly known as a super school for them.
Why don't they just simply use their abilities to, I don't know, become well popular and do one of his parents state agent? Why not have a mansion? They could have like a nice wealth and all that, protected.
Well, people can't know they're heroes.
But they can protect themselves and they can have.
But it will cause havoc in chaos.
Good, great. Yeah, but imagine right now a big giant sky high school in this guy. Nothing to see. There won't be
It's just
notice.
there.
Not like some SWAT teams or the US Air Force will might spot by time to
It's a
time.
little bit too high, probably.
Or you're gonna see some jet places that fly. But
Anyway,
is that
well, what else can you tell me about the kid himself?
Well, a bit a wimp, quite a wimp, but more
Wimp.
importantly awkward.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, to be a bit like Kick-Ass, the
Basically-
character, he's just awkward.
Yeah. Basically, this kid is just a typical new kid in town. Any movie you've seen where there's a new kid in town, this is the kid.
Yeah, I mean, it's not awful, but oh my gosh, he gets annoying quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just trying to be this sort of confident
Okay.
guy. And in the end of the day, he said, hey, powers makes you a jerk. It's like,
Well,
you don't. I don't know, it's just that awkward.
so if you had to be stuck in a room with any of these two characters, who would you last longest?
Kick-Ass, because at least I
Well.
beat him up without hitting him. Hey, you want to beat him? Stop hitting yourself. But the thing is, but also, I think I'll go with I don't know. I think I will go for Kick-Ass on me because he's a bit more confident in what he's doing. But with Sky High, I'll probably lecture him about existence of life.
By the way,
Like, you like the girlfriend? He goes, go damn, I'm crying out loud!
But I didn't know she liked me.
Just say it! Say it!
I can't.
Even the tough kid, even the tough guy was like, you should just go out and say it. Like, come on! He could be the main
But she
character.
might not like me the same way.
Anyway, moving on. Final thoughts.
Okay,
What do you think?
comparing these two side by side. Now, I've been very mocking because I actually got to like the Kick-Ass movie more as I watched it, so I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Sky High, I don't.
To be honest, really, Sky High is like an experience.
By the way, this is when I said at the start of the video, this is popular. People really like Sky High.
I mean, God, really, why did I like it?
I don't know.
Okay, I think they understand why they like it.
They like, honestly, the things we hate, the high school tropes, they all like those.
And they choose nothing. But the thing is, the problem I find about high school tropes is it teaches you nothing about reality outside of high school.
The problem is,
What else did you know about high school other than high school?
Yeah, the superhero is almost unimportant.
But the whole hero thing was unimportant. You might as well just turn into a regular
And
high school thing.
Then Kick-Ass on the other hand,
That's what it is.
Kick-Ass is all about just basically why not to be a superhero, why it's dangerous to do this.
But the thing is, in the film, it makes you seem to say that heroes, yeah, you can be a hero, but you shouldn't because it's dangerous and it's not very smart and it's silly.
You know, with your final thoughts, I don't want to leave it just that, because I think when people really like these movies, they won't understand why we hate it.
Well,
So, how about this? In my final thoughts, I'll personally say I like Kick-Ass more, but for our next review, why don't we review something that's similar to these movies, but we really like to explain what's wrong with them?
yeah, and also we'll get more details on that, and then the movie of this film, it has a bit of a plank state to it, but shall let you know.
Next week, we're reviewing Blank Man.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and feel free to leave any comments or questions. Either way, thank you for watching.
Cheers.